And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We got a great matchup here on Monday night, baby. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions, going up against the Green Bay Packers, man. This is a rematch of last year's wild card round matchup between these two, man. And unfortunately for the Packers, they got their butts whooped in that game. By the end of that game, man, they had about 5 or 6 guys hurt. They were running out of linemen. They were running out of receivers. And to be honest with you, man, the Philadelphia Eagles whooped them, and they looked like a team that was destined to win the Super Bowl that year, man. And thankfully, this season, Eagles, they're looking a little bit vulnerable, man. Looking a little bit weak here and there. And we're going to see what the Packers can do, man. Philadelphia started out the season, the first 5 or 6 games, man. They were struggling offensively. They were struggling to run the ball. They were struggling to pass the ball. There was talks of A.J. Brown being traded. He did not get traded at the trade deadline. But over the last couple of weeks, we're starting to see that passing game kind of come alive with Smith. A.J. is still kind of up and down. Dallas Goedert is scoring touchdowns. And then even Saquon has had a couple of big games here and there. But for the most part, this Eagles team, that defense for them is still lacking in the department of getting pressure, getting sacks. They are one of the worst teams in the NFL at that. We will talk about their stats here in just a minute. But yeah, man, this Eagles team, they've been up and down a little bit, just here and there. But talking about the Packers, they are a team that started out hot, man, going up against Detroit, going up against Washington, 2 teams that made a decent run either in the playoffs or were looking like the best team in the regular season when we're talking about Detroit. And, dude, they absolutely handled both of them. Since then, it's been up and down, man. Obviously losing to Cleveland with Joe Flacco, nearly losing to the Bengals with Joe Flacco, tying the Cowboys, a team that they were not able to stop on offense or on defense. It's been up and down for the Packers. They've looked good at times, but then it just seems like they are a team that plays down to their competition. I know you're probably sick of hearing that, especially over the last month. That seems to be the biggest comment or thing that people talk about when they're talking about Green Bay. It's a team that looks good but plays to their competition. But at the end of the day, man, it's true. The Packers offensively either start out slow and they're able to kind of get it going there late in the second half and just enough to win, or they start out fast and then they have a quarter or two where they just can't get anything going offensively. The defense has been more consistent. They definitely had a couple bad games here and there. Obviously, the Cowboys game giving up 40 points and just consistently giving up big chunk plays. The pressure over the last 2 or 3 weeks has not been there. The sacks are beginning to dry up. The turnovers have not been there all season. And we'll see if they can rectify that here tonight in prime time. So, all right, guys. Sorry, I was running a little bit late. I was having some computer issues, of course, just minutes before. But obviously, wouldn't be a Monday night if it wasn't going crazy here. Let me see here. Actually, hold up. I clearly did not get the Eagles' record correct here. They are not 5-4. They are actually 6-2. Sorry about that, guys. Boo! David, what's going on, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Hope your Monday is going well, my dude. All right. So let's look at the stats. The game will start in about 4-ish minutes here. But before that, let's look at what we're seeing here. So defensively, the Eagles, they are giving up 216 yards through the air. That is good for 17th in the NFL. So definitely need some work. We'll see if they can slow down this passing game for the Packers that has been kind of up and down. They've been dealing with some injuries. Obviously, Jaden Breed has been gone since mid-September with that broken collarbone. They just lost Tucker Kraft during that Panthers game. Unfortunately, he is out for the year. But they are getting Dontavian Wicks back here tonight. They will be without Matthew Golden as well. He was not able to get healthy enough to play tonight. So hopefully they will be able to get him back next week. So definitely look out for that. Lucas Musgrave, obviously going to be probably the number one option, at least early. We'll see which tight end is able to kind of take and snatch that starting position now that Tucker Kraft is out for the year. Going along here, the Eagles giving up 120 yards on the ground, good for 19th. They have been struggling. Like I said, that defense has not been the same this season compared to the last 2 years. Not as dominant as they've been. When it comes to turnovers, they are actually 27th, one of the worst teams in the NFL. Only 2 fumbles and 5 interceptions. They have been struggling to get sacks. They've been struggling to get turnovers. Hopefully the Packers can take advantage of that tonight. But when it comes to giving up touchdowns on defense, they are actually ranked 4th, only giving up 18 total touchdowns on defense. 8 through the air, 10 on the ground. So not too bad. And then finally, they are the second best defense in the red zone, only giving up a score 46% of the time. That's pretty darn good. And unfortunately, the Packers offense, one of the worst offenses at scoring touchdowns in the red zone. So something to look for here tonight. Now, talking about the Packers. Don't worry, the game has not started. We still got about 2 minutes. Right now, they got Danny DeVito and Eli Manning in that commercial. So we're not missing a thing. All right, for the Packers defense, they are giving up 197 through the air, good for 11th. They've been pretty solid despite the lack of depth and the injuries that they are dealing with. Nate Hobbs is still out for this game. They will be running with Carrington Valentine and Keyshawn Nixon as their top 2. Javon Bullard will also be kind of in and out of the slot position there for them tonight. They did not elevate any corners from the practice squad, so they're kind of rolling with basically the 4 healthy guys that they have, including Bo Melton, who has not played a single defensive snap this season. He's been mostly a special teams guy. So, and when it comes to the run defense, Packers still one of the best in the NFL, only giving up 89 yards on the ground. That has changed, obviously, over the last couple of weeks. They've been giving up a few more plays on the ground, obviously giving up over 130 yards to Rico Dowdle last week. So, something to look forward to as Saquon Barkley, who was one of the best running backs last year, comes into Lambeau Field. And as you can see, the Eagles are not the only team that's at the bottom in terms of turnovers here. The Packers are actually the second worst defense when it comes to getting turnovers. They only have 5 total, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles, and that has just been the case all season long, man. I think they had 2 turnovers the first 2 weeks, and then they had 1 last week against the Panthers. So slim pickings today, this season for them. They are one of the better teams at not giving up touchdowns, only 17, right next to the Eagles there. They are ranked 3rd. And finally, ranked towards the bottom there in red zone defense, giving up nearly 64% in the red zone. So something, once again, to look forward to. The Packers, they need to be able to hold this Eagles team out of the red zone if they want to be able to keep this game close, man. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night for Green Bay. All right, so that was a lot of talking, but hopefully that kind of paints you a picture of things to look out for in this game tonight. So 2 defenses that have some very positive stuff, but also are ranked near the bottom in certain key areas, turnovers, things like that, red zone defense, or just giving up massive yardage in the passing game. So, all right. All right, baby. Let's go. Heck yeah, man. I'm ready to go, baby. How you guys doing tonight? Let me know. Matt LaFleur in his 7th season already, man. It still feels like Matt has only been there for like 3 or 4 years, man. But he has been closing in on a decade now as the head coach for the Green Bay Packers. So Green Bay will get the ball here to start the first half. Let's hope they start quick. All right, caught at the 6 to the 15 to the 20. Savion Williams running towards the sideline, stays in bounds, and is going to find some great space there on the right side. And the rookie, man, tiptoeing down the sidelines, picking up some good yardage. Let's go. All right, Jordan Love, 71%, 13 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. And he's averaging almost a 260 through the air. Let's go. All right, give me your predictions in the chat, man. Obviously, I'm going to be going for my Green Bay Packers every day, no matter what. Let's freaking go. All right, Jordan, under center, single back in the backfield. Hand off to Jacobs. He goes up, keeps the legs churning, and will pick up about 4 yards on the ground. All right, look at that offensive line. Healthy. Rasheed Walker, Banks, Jenkins, Morgan, and Zach Tom there at right tackle. They got Josh Jacobs, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Dontavian Wicks, and Lucas Musgrave getting the start at tight end in place of the injured Tucker Kraft. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, looking, ball is at the 43, dumps it out to Jacobs, makes a man miss, and gets a first down before going out of bounds there near the 50. Come on, baby. Let's freaking go. All right, they got Jalen Phillips coming from Miami, traded to from Miami just a couple days ago. He is healthy. Let's freaking go. C-Strom, what's up? Okay, I picked the Packers to win. Don't let me down, y'all. I'm right there. David, I got cold. it got cold here. The good news is that the NFL is broadcasting the game and ABC at least. Hey, there we go. We'll take it. Jordan under center, hands it off to Jacobs, and he gets it across the 50 down to the 47 of Philadelphia. Packers in Philly territory. Let's go. Because the dumb ESPN YouTube thing, so I get to see it. I won't pay dumb mouse overlord. Don't have to, man. The good thing about the internet sometimes, it gives us options. C-Strom, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Also, no work tomorrow. Let's go, baby. Woo! Fortunately, I have to work, but I don't have to be there until 9 a.m., so I can stay up late. Heck yeah. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Hands it off to Jacobs again, makes a man miss, and he'll pick up another 4 yards there. It'll set up a 3rd and 3 down near the 43 of Philly. So Green Bay still needs to get a first down here, man. They won't be able to. I don't really trust McManus at this range anymore, at least not right now. Dahlia, I can't find the game. Oh, man. I don't know if you have a satellite. That's how I'm getting the game, unfortunately, right now. Yeah, unfortunately, sorry, guys. I know that YouTube thing is just no good. Oh, David, you have to work? Dang it, man. All right, Jordan, another handoff. This one can be very close to a first down. Jacobs able to break a tackle, but gets taken down. I think it's going to be about half a yard shy. There might have been a face mask there, man. Oh, Jordan going for it already. 4th and 1, and it's a QB sneak. First down, Green Bay. Jordan Love. Let's freaking go. That was immediate. I love it, man. J Love and this offense, they were ready for it. They lined up immediately. As soon as they found out it was 4th down, there was no hesitation. There was nothing, man. They are all on the same page. That's what I want to see, baby. All right. Move fast, baby. Move fast. Do you not have a local ABC station in your area? Yeah, man. That might be your best bet, Dahlia. I'm sorry. Handoff up the middle. Jacobs picks up a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. My condolences. I got ABC. Yeah, no, I actually bought I literally went to Target and I bought like a Philips TV satellite just to be safe, last year, and sometimes that's what I use. I think it cost me like $25, so I definitely recommend it. It's a good investment to avoid any of this like Disney YouTube disputes. Yeah, but sorry, Deli. I will do my best here. Jordan in the shotgun, looking, rolling out, and he's gonna be brought down for a sack. It's gonna be where they mark him. He might have lost about 10 yards on that one. Yeah, dude. If you come on, Jordan, you just gotta just throw it away, man. Just throw it away. They were at the 38 of Philly, and I think Jordan is going to be marked down near the 49. Might have lost 11. And they're back at the 49. So 3rd and 20. Jordan throwing it deep down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. It actually hits Christian Watson right in the head. And we got a Philly player down on the ground, and it's the second-year man, Mitchell. To be honest with you, man, if Christian Watson would have turned around, I think he would have caught that one. He was kind of playing, basically, the roles were reversed. He was playing corner to try to make sure it wasn't picked off, but that ball actually dropped perfectly. Like I said, if Watson would have turned around, he would have been in front of Mitchell and been able to catch that one inside the 10. Mm. All right. Well, the good news is he pops up and looks like he's trotting off the field. He's looking good. All right. So no major injury. That's a good thing. But bad news is the Packers will likely have to punt. ah. Yeah. After they converted that 4th down, man, they looked a little disorganized. All right. So we're on a commercial break here. We're waiting for the punt when we come back. And just one more time here. This is what we're going to be dealing with defensively, where these teams rank, where these teams are at. So some of these things might be looking a little different over the last couple of weeks, but this is kind of the overall what they're averaging per game. Packers defense when it comes to yardage, 11th best giving up through the air, second best on against the run. But when it comes to turnovers and red zone defense, those are the middle one there and that bottom one. Boom, right here and right here. Towards the bottom of the NFL, man. Only 5 turnovers for the Packers, and then also 63% in the red zone. So when an opposing offense gets into the Packers 20, 63% of the time they are giving up a score. And then finally, the good news is typically teams are not scoring many touchdowns. The Packers are 3rd when it comes to giving up touchdowns, only 17 through the first basically half of the season. And then on the other side here, going with the Eagles, they're middle of the pack when it comes to stopping the pass and the run, 17th and 19th. And when it comes to turnovers, they're actually kind of right there with the Packers, only 7 turnovers for the Eagles defense. And then when it comes to red zone defense and then giving up touchdowns, they're actually in the top 5, one of the best red zone defenses in the NFL. So hopefully some of those are going to be in the Packers' favor. Hopefully they can kind of keep it going here defensively. When it comes to pressures, the Eagles have been one of the worst at getting sacks and getting pressures. But the Packers, a little bit above them. They started out really hot, and then slowly over the last couple of weeks, the Packers have kind of been trending downwards. I think right now they're somewhere in the middle or top half of the NFL when it comes to sacks and pressures. But once again, that thing has kind of been falling down over the for last month of NFL football. All right. So a great punt there by Daniel Whalen kind of pins the Eagles deep in their territory. And let's see if we can get a turnover here for the Pack. Yeah, Hurts, man. 15 touchdowns, just one interception. He has been efficient this season. Very careful with the ball. At times, maybe a little bit too conservative, but again, 15 touchdowns is nothing bad, man. All right, Eagles with the ball at their own 9. Hurts under center, single back in the backfield. Handoff, bouncing it to the left, and only picks up about 4. That could have gone for some big yardage, man. He had some blockers down the field. All right, we got 2nd and 7 from the 11. Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his right. Come on, Hurts, throw a pick 6. Well, that's the hope, man. Let's hope. Come on, give the people what they want. Hurts throws to A.J. Brown, and he's going to be tackled a yard shy of the first down near the 18. Where's my phone? There it is. There it is. And the brotherly shove works again, getting it down near the 21. And there's a little variation there on the brotherly shove, man. Hurts actually hesitating and then bouncing it to the left. And once again, an offensive lineman able to move well before the snap is taken. Come on, man. Toss to the left, and that goes for about 2 yards, maybe 3. 2nd down coming up. Yeah, once again, another thing. They just showed the replay. I think the left guard moved before the snap. Look at this. Come on, man. Yeah, that's the left guard literally moving before the snap. That's why Hurts was able to bounce it to the left. All right. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 7. Hurts under center. Hands it off to Barkley, trying to bounce it out. He gets the first down to the 30, 35, and down at the 40. And a big run for Saquon there, picking up a first down. David looks like a false start that wasn't called. Bull poop. Oh, yeah, man. And that's the, I feel like, there's not like a conspiracy. This is what, this has been like a talking point over the last like month and a half, is that the NFL is intentionally letting that happen, or they're telling refs not to call it, because they want people to be angry so they can eventually ban this play. All right. Handoff to the left, and a great one-on-one tackle by Carrington Valentine, saving what would have been a massive run. Picks up only about 4, maybe 5. That is a Tank Bigsby, another player that the Eagles have traded for. They traded for him about, I think, a month ago to replace A.J. Dillon as their kind of their backup bruiser. Yeah, also A.J. Dillon inactive for this game, as well as Jair Alexander, who was traded from the Ravens to the Eagles, I think, about a week ago. All right, Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, has some time, throws it, and that'll be incomplete. Carrington Valentine. Tight coverage, and if that ball was thrown accurately, that probably would have been 6 going the other way. Look at this. Carrington jumping the route there. Ooh. Jalen knew, man. Jalen knew. He's like, I got to throw this one away because that's. Yeah, dude. Ever since they moved Carrington to a starting role, man, the secondary has played a little bit better, just a little bit. Fubo for the win. There we go, man. We got options. We got options. All right, we got a flag though. We got a flag. 5:38 left here in the first. Still waiting for our first score. David, I disagree about your theory on the tush push. The Eagles are in fact paying the refs, and everyone claiming the Chiefs do can eat a bag of sour gummy worms. Ooh, I like sour gummy. Sour. That's pretty cool. Now you're probably right, man. I mean, let's be honest, man. Philly Green, Benjamin, and also they're in Philadelphia. Lincoln Financial. I mean, it's all there, man. You know what else is green? Money. You know who's also famous from being from Philadelphia? Benjamin Franklin. Just saying. Think you might be onto something, David. Had to remember to cancel it before the pressure. Jalen running, throws it down the field, and he finds a man for a first down. Damn it. And that was Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary chasing down Hurts, but unfortunately able to get the ball out and find somebody down the field. All right, ball just shy of the 50 here, 1st and 10. Hurts under center, single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield. Another handoff up the middle, and Barkley gets about 2 or 3 yards there. Great job. Quay Walker and Kingsley Enagbari combining on the stop. Dahlia, go, Pack, go. Heck yeah. All right. Another run. Saquon finding some room. Picks up another 2 or 3 yards there, getting it to the 45 of Green Bay. And that was the rookie Sorrell, man, spearheading that one. Edgerrin Cooper, part of it as well. All right. Shotgun, looking, throws over the middle, wide open. And I believe that is Devonta Smith picking up about 7 or 8 there over the middle. All right, Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure, running, and he gets it out for a gain of about 7 there for A.J. Brown along the left sideline before going out of bounds. "12 plays, 60 yards on this drive, man. And it's closing in on 7 minutes for this Eagles offense, man. That's a long time for this Packers defense to be on the field. All right, Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his left. Hands it off up the middle, and looks like that's going to pick up another first down near the 27 of Green Bay. Yeah, Yeah, this is a methodical drive for the Eagles, man. This is not what you want. All right, Hurts under center, single back in the backfield, condensed formation. First and 10 from the 27 there, rolling out, play action. He's got some space, he's got some time. He's rolling to his right and throws this one out of bounds. Second and 10 coming up. Great job by the freaking Packers coverage team, man. Hurts had about 7 seconds to find somebody and found nobody. Had a receiver slip on the field. Yeah, and it's a cold night in Wisconsin, man. I think it's like around 40 to 30 degrees. There's a chance of snow during this game. All right. Hurts in the shotgun, running back behind him, hands it off to Saquon, going to the right side, and he finds about 2 yards down near the 25. All right, we got less than 90 seconds here left in the first, man. The Eagles have just ate up this first quarter. Yeah, gonna be over 8.5 minutes on this drive. 15 plays. All right, there's a key third down. 3rd and 8, 5 receiver set, 3 to the left. Hurts takes off upfield, is gonna get a first down. Is that a fumble? No, that's not a fumble. Well, right now the Packers are running down the field, pushed out of bounds. Did he fumble that ball? Keyshawn Nixon picked up a ball and he ran down the field. Let's see here. That's a fumble. Unbelievable. Edgerrin Cooper punching that ball out. Recovered by Keyshawn Nixon. And the Packers defense with a key turnover. And the Eagles 16-play drive comes up empty, man. That is a heck of a play by Edgerrin Cooper. Thankfully, Jalen Hurts was actually falling on top of a Green Bay Packer, so his knee did not, and no part of his body hit the ground, and that gave Edgerrin enough time to just punch that one out. Holy cow, man. What a freaking play. Let's freaking go, man. Green Bay ball when we come back. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. 16 plays, nearly 9 minutes, 70 plus yards, and the Eagles fumble it after already having the first down on that run. Seastrom, oh my gosh. Go Packers. Let's freaking go, baby. Holy cow. There you go, man. Dang right, David. If the Packers can score a touchdown on this turnover, man, it's going to be the holiest of cows, baby. Also, Edgerrin Cooper and Aggie, Texas A&M. I'm just saying, man. I'm hoping the Packers can draft a couple more of those guys if they play like this. we're still in a commercial break. We're not missing a thing. Not missing a thing. So that is the Packers' 6th turnover of the season. That is their 3rd fumble recovery. Like I said, man, it's been slim pickings for them when it comes to turnovers. All right, 1st and 10. Jordan in the shotgun. Hands it off, fumbles the ball, but he's able to fall on top of it. Jesus, man. What the heck is going on? They were looking so great. They were looking amazing on their first, 5 or 6 plays. Trying to hand it off to Jacobs, and I never really got a handle on that one. All right. Not a great start. 2nd and 13 after nearly giving it away. Ball at the 33. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Throws it, and that is batted at the line. 3rd and 13 coming up for the Packers. Jalen Carter jumping up and swatting that one. Nearly picked it off. All right. Jordan alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on that right side. Once again, 3rd and 13. Pressure rolling out to his right. He's going to take off and run. He's got some blockers and nearly picks up the 1st down. Gets about 12 yards. Literally going to be half a yard shy, and that's going to be the final play of the 1st quarter. Scoreless here in Lambeau Field. A 4th and short coming up for Green Bay. Maybe, I'm trying to think here. Where's that ball spotted? Probably at the 45. I know it's probably not a smart idea, but if I'm Green Bay, I go for it. If you can't pick up half a yard, you got bigger issues, in my opinion. The worst thing you can do is put your defense back on the field after having to stay on the field for 9 minutes and 16 plays. Did you decide to stop doing the no lights in primetime till they score thing? Yeah, man, I've been thinking about it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out different ways to kind of make it look a little bit more attractive during some of the streams. So I'm not exactly 100% sure. Why does that look like a blue light? Come on. So yeah. They have to go for this. Packer Nation, welcome, welcome. Yeah, man. I don't know. I've been debating it. I know I've had it on this week. I'm just trying to see if I know it's a weird thing, but I'm wondering if it's more enjoyable to have the lights on right away, or if it's I don't know. You guys let me know. Let me know. I'm doing it for you guys, honestly. Do you like having them off and kind of doing they have to earn the lights, or is it just just turn on the lights? But Packer Nation, I agree with you, man. I know if they don't get it, people are gonna point to that and be like, "Oh, this is where it started." You're gonna. I'm like, come on, man. Your defense made an amazing play. They were struggling to stop this offense. You have momentum right now, and you can steal a lot of it if you can convert this 4th down. And right now, the Packers offense staying on the field. All right, Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. Please don't get cute. Just run it up. There we go. Keeper and the Packers get it, but there's a flag. And they're saying it's a false start on the Packers. Are you freaking kidding me, dude? How is... So unfortunately, Aaron Banks did move early, and that cost the Packers a first down there. For Christmas, you should send Santa a letter asking for a disco ball so they can have a little flashy lights during TDs. I mean, yeah. I mean, these things do actually like strobe, some of them. All right. It's going to be caught inside the 5, breaks a couple tackles, and it's going to be a decent return there for the Eagles. Not gonna lie, man, that penalty kind of got me hot, just a little bit. And I've said that, like you guys have, if you've been on these streams long enough, you already know. I don't care if you call the game close or you call it loose, whatever it is, just be consistent. That's all I care about with referees. Every ref in crew is gonna be different. A different day, a different week, they're gonna be different. But just be consistent. If you're not gonna call it on the Eagles when they're clearly when one of their offensive linemen is clearly moving before the snap, and then you call it on the Packers, come on, man, be consistent. That should have been a makeup call at minimum, in my opinion. So, ball to 21, Hurts in the shotgun, hands it off to Barkley, and he is brought down for a loss of about 3 there. Quay Walker with a heck of a tackle there. Oh, he actually had an offensive lineman go down. That's why. That was Jordan Mailata, the guard, slipping on this Lambeau Field turf. All right, Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his left, setting up a screen for Saquon, and he slips on the turf again, and is going to lose a yard on the screen. Dahlia might be into something. Eventually, we can convince him to show off his disco skills. Ooh. There's a song that once said, like disco superfly, but that's about all I can say about that. So I think Saquon is heading to the sidelines to change his cleats there. All right, 3rd and 14 from the 17 there. Packers have a great chance to get off the field early. Handoff. He's got some blockers, and he will be shy of the first down, man. Shipley picking up about 5 or 6 yards there on the run. And that was Javon Bullard there, the first guy to get to Shipley to bring him down. Yeah, and also the main reason I also kind of changed the lights is the last couple primetime games, not getting a whole lot of touchdowns. Not gonna lie to you, Last couple Thursday, last couple Sundays have been a little rough. Romeo Dobbs catching this one on the punt return, and he will get it down to the 22. That was a heck of a freaking punt by the Eagles, man. That Romeo had to move about 10 yards back to get that one. Yeah, I'm trying to think here. See, kind of has like a little bit of a strobe effect on some of these. Right now we're on commercial break. We're not missing a thing. Like, there we go. Yeah, the only bad thing is I need a single button to do it. Unfortunately, I have to use two remotes to change the lights. But we'll think about it, man. We'll think about investing in some lights here, some new lights. All right, so far, let me see here. Hurts 5 of 7, 31 yards. Saquon 7 carries for just 25 yards, averaging 3.6 yards per carry. A.J. Brown, the leading receiver, with 2 catches for 13 yards. Jalen Hunt with the only sack so far. And Jordan Love 1 for 3, 6 yards. 5 carries for 15 yards for Josh Jacobs. And Jacobs right now also has the only catch for the Green Bay Packers for 6 yards. Philly 3 of 5 on third down. Packers 0 for 3 on third down. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Jacobs. He's going to pick up some tough yards, getting it down near the 27. Picks up about 5 there. All right. Jordan under center, single receiver to the right. Musgrave, actually Fitzpatrick might be motioning in the backfield there. Toss to the right. Jacobs with some room to the 30, to the 35, and stumbles out of bounds near the 39. And that's a first down for the Green Bay Packers, baby. Let's freaking go. One of the best plays they've had so far on offense. And they had Josh Wiley. I think he was just recently signed, actually, from the Tennessee Titans. No, he's been on the practice squad. So yeah, he's got just elevated this past week. So he was the leading fullback there on that one. And a run to the right, and that will pick up 2 yards down to the 40. Jacobs. All right. Two tight end set. Jordan in the shotgun, running back behind him. Hands it off to Jacobs. Breaks the tackle behind the line, but is still going to lose a yard down to the 39. So third down coming up. Matt LaFleur has been very, very conservative early in this game, man. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Romeo alone to that left side. Jordan throws, and that's going to be caught by Musgrave, but it's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first. Kraft is a married man. Well, is he? I did not know. Let me see here. Packers staying on offense on 4th and 2. Ball at the 45. 6 seconds on the play clock. We'll see if they snap this one. 3 receivers on that left side. And they will not. All right. Yeah, apparently Kraft got married last year in May. Okay, there we go. So I used to kind of like when teams like fake, like they're gonna go for it on like 4th and short to try to see if they can get a defense to jump off sides. I think at this point, man, like a couple of years ago, it was different. I think it worked a little bit more. Nowadays, like you're not really seeing teams jump off sides. I'm like, you know what would be really cool? Snap the ball. So Packers gonna punt this one away. That is their third punt of the night. And that goes into the end zone. Touchback. Eagles going to get the ball at the 20. Owen, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, so players inactive for the Packers tonight is Matthew Golden, the first round pick, the rookie. Nate Hobbs is still out. Lucas Havarisk, the backup kicker that started a couple games over the last like month, he is inactive. So they are rolling with Brandon McManus, who has been a little bit up and down, still trying to get healthy. Jacob Monk, Donovan Jennings, a couple backup offensive linemen there, and then obviously Lucas Van Ness is still trying to heal up from that foot injury he picked up about a month ago. Yeah, Matthew Golden, he was hurt last week, shoulder injury against the Panthers. He actually missed most of that game. I think he got hurt in the second quarter of that game. But yeah, so Dontavian Wicks is healthy. He's playing tonight. Savion Williams, we've seen him a couple times already on some returns. And then obviously Zach Tom back healthy, thankfully. And then for the Eagles, a couple inactives for them, or their inactives is Sam Howell, who is actually the emergency quarterback. So if Jalen Hurts and the backup quarterback over there in Philly both get hurt or are unable to play, Sam Howell can still suit up, even though he's not technically active. Then there's Mac McWilliams. Cam Jurgens, the starting center, he is out. Ty Robinson, and then two names very familiar with Packer fans, and that is AJ Dillon. He's been inactive. He's been a healthy scratch for the last couple of weeks. Um, yeah, ever since he fumbled against I think it was the Giants, or maybe it might have been the game before that. But either way, ever since he fumbled, he's been kind of out of favor in Philly. And then finally, Jair Alexander, once again, a player that they traded for last week from the Ravens. He is also inactive. I think he is actually still dealing with an injury that he's been dealing with ever since he was with the Ravens. All right. Boom. All right. First and 10 from the 20. Play action. Hurts rolling to his right. Got some time and finds a man down the field. And Dallas Goedert picking up about 8 yards. All right. Second and 2 from the 28. Hurts under center. Once again, play action. Dropping back. Has some time. Throws it over the middle. And that ball is played perfectly by Keyshawn Nixon, able to bat that one away. There we go, man. Keyshawn on his game tonight. Was able to recover that fumble on the opening drive for the Eagles, able to stop them from scoring anything, and now able to make a play on this one. And it looked like Dallas Goedert was about to pick up some big yardage over the middle. Steve, welcome, my man. How you doing tonight? Come on, Green Bay. Let me see some Eagles cry today. Eagle cry, Eagle cry. Hurts dropping back, throws it, and is nearly intercepted by Carrington Valentine. Carrington telling Hurts this much, man. Woo! Valentine, man, he is jumping on those short routes there towards the sidelines. That is the second time tonight that if Hurts throws that one perfectly to his receiver, Carrington has probably taken that one 6 going the other way. To think that we got this guy in the 7th round out of Kentucky, dude. Oh. We got the bots. We got the bots. I always feel like it's almost a good sign that we get bots. That means people are watching. There we go. So apparently not a great punt there by Man. It only goes about 30 yards. So the Packers going to have some decent field position here offensively. Hopefully they can get something going, man. Once again, Matt LaFleur been a little bit conservative. I know the passing game really hasn't been working right now. They look like they're kind of herky-jerky a little bit, especially in their routes and their pass coverage. Sorry, in their pass protection. But, I mean, you got to get something going here, man, if you're the Packers. Was that tipped? I might have been. It might have been tipped on that one. Yeah, let me see here. Packers usually don't all-out rush on the punt. Nice change-up with the results for. Let me see here. Steve, 4 game blowouts back to back. I really thought Steelers were bad and mid, but God, gee, damn, not like that. Yeah, that was a historically bad game for Aaron Rodgers. I think before they scored that touchdown, that garbage time, sorry, garbage time touchdown. It was his worst passer rating, his second worst completion percentage, and I think his like fourth or third worst uh, uh, yards per pass. Like it was freaking bad there or late in that game, man. So yeah, the Steelers, they're definitely starting to show some cracks, man. We already knew that defense wasn't great, but that offense has been looking very vulnerable the last couple of weeks. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back behind him, single receiver to the left. Looking, throws, and great pass broken up there by Mitchell, trying to get it to Romeo Dobbs there on the left side. So apparently it was not a tip or not a near block there on the punt. It was just a bad punt by Man. All right. 2nd and 10 coming up. That was only the 6th pass for the Packers tonight. Jordan tossing it to the right, getting it to Emmanuel Wilson, and he picks up about 3 yards, and that is Jalen Phillips, the newest Philadelphia Eagle acquired from that trade with the Miami Dolphins. He was able to bring Wilson down, basically almost clotheslining him. All right, 3rd and 8. Packers are 0-4 on 3rd down. Ball at the 43. Jordan stepping up and passes batted at the line, and the Packers are now 0 for 5 on 3rd down. Okay. And that was Jalen Carter again, man. Just getting his hands up there to break up that ball before it gets anywhere down the field. Come on, Jalen. Can you spit on somebody? Come on, man. We don't the Eagles don't need you in this game. All right. Call it at the 14, return to the 20, 25, and down to the 26. That's where Jalen Hurts and this offense will take over once again. All right, so we got 6:48 left here in the second quarter, and we are still waiting for any of these offenses to put up points. All right, what do you guys think? Who's gonna score the first points in this game? Are the Eagles gonna get it going here, or are the Packers and the Eagles just gonna go back and forth here? Let me know in the chat. Who you got? Green Bay or Philly gonna be able to break the deadlock here? All right, looks like we're coming back here, showing a few highlights, or I should say one highlight, and then a bunch of miscues from both of these offenses. Unrelated to anything, polar bears are awesome. Dang right, man. Dang right, I agree. And it's going to be a run up the middle here. Barkley able to pick up about 6 or 7 yards there. Yeah, and my local zoo here, they actually have a polar bear. Yeah, and it's. I feel bad because like I'm not a huge fan of zoos, but it is kind of cool to see these animals up close. And yeah, they have him in this like a little enclosure, and you can basically there's like a wall of glass, obviously, so sometimes he gets pretty close, and that's pretty cool. Just massive, massive human freaking animals, man. Running to the right, and Saquon carrying a Packer on his back for a first down. That is JJ Enekbari. And we have, it looks like Lane Johnson, one of the starting tackles there for the Eagles. He is down on the ground. The Eagles are already missing Jurgensen, their starting center. He's been out for the last couple of weeks. And Lane Johnson, man, he has been one of the best tackles for basically the last decade, it feels like. Oh! Ah! Evan Williams falling on that left knee. And, well, the good news is he's able to walk kind of under his own power. And once again, and I'm not trying to. I hope he's healthy. That's not what I'm. But remember, Tucker Kraft was able to walk off the field as well before he was diagnosed with that season-ending torn ACL. So, kind of walking off the field is not necessarily not saying that it's not serious, but it's likely not like a massive leg injury where you can Basically, I'm saying, thankfully, hopefully, it's not a broken leg. That's the thing. All right, 2nd and 3. Two receivers stacked up on the left here. Ball at the 33. Jalen in the shotgun. Barkley behind him. And it's going to be a run up the middle, and that picks up a yard. 3rd and about 2 coming up. All right, Eagles have started. They were 3-3 of 3rd down. Since then, they've gone 0 for 3. All right, play action. Hurts some time, throws it to the left, and that's going to be incomplete, but they're going to get Williams on play action. Sorry, they're going to get him for pass interference, likely. It's a late flag there. Are you freaking kidding me, dude? Come on. All right, so that'll be 1st and 10 from the 40 after a questionable pass interference. Hurts under center, single back in the backfield. And it looks like they're going to get the Eagles for a false start here. Jordan Mailata. All right, well, Lane Johnson, he is being helped to the locker room by two trainers there. So likely, at the very least, he's questionable to return for this game. First and 15, back at the 35. Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his left. Two receivers split out to the right side. That is a BS call. I kind of agree. I'm not going to lie to you. Barkley bouncing it to the right, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, and it's a first down for Saquon. But we do have a flag, and I hope it's on the... Yes, it is. Let's go. And that's going to be a hold on Brett Tooth. And that's the center that's coming in for the injured Jurgensen. Yeah, right now the Eagles could definitely use some Jurgens. Sorry, I think I said Jurgensen. It's Jurgens. Yeah, now, especially in the winter, man, everybody needs a little Jurgens. You know, get some of that lotion. Get the elbows. Make sure you get the elbows. Get the creases. You know, you gotta stay hydrated. All right, first and 25, back at the 25. Delayed handoff, and that's going to pick up about 5 yards there for Tank Bigsby. Come on, Hurts. Can you just throw a pick six so we get something? Come on. All right. Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his right. Single receiver on that right side. Smith in motion, play action, gets it out to Smith. And he's going, and he is taken down at the 39. Picks up 9 yards on second down, and that'll set up a 3rd and 11 for the Eagles here. I know it's not going to happen, but bear with me. What if this is finally does the thing and they both go to overtime? To be honest with you, as long as the Packers win, I don't care. I don't care if the Packers win on a safety and it ends 0-2. If this is gonna be a boring game, the Packers better freaking win it. Packers trying to get some pressure, not getting it. Hurts running, and he's gonna slide and only picks up about 4 yards there. 4th down coming up. All right. Packers defense doing their job tonight. They have given up 0 points. They've gotten a turnover. The Packers offense has not done their job. They have not scored a dang thing tonight. I don't care if it's cold, man. Come on. Yeah, right now the Packers offensive line is just being bullied. There we go. Packers send the whole squad to try to get this one down. And it's going to be a good punt there. It's going to be down at the 8. To be honest with you, I'm not going to lie. That is, like I said, this is a big reason why I decided to kind of just leave the lights on. Because these teams are not scoring points on these primetime games anymore. It was all fun and games the first 5 weeks when they were scoring touchdowns on opening drives. We didn't have to wait long. But now they're not scoring anything. That's it. Monkey's paw has curled perhaps the least amount of offense ever. And there's actually going to be a flag on the punt. It's actually going to be on the Eagles. It's going to be a holding call on Ringo, the man that actually downed the pass. And it looks like Matt LaFleur is going to just take the penalty from the spot of instead of just allowing them to punt the ball again. Or are they going to punt it again? Hold on. Oh, actually, no, they're going to repunt this one. So, man punting this one basically from his 32. Might be pretty good yardage. Dobbs picked this one up off the bounce. He gets it to the 30, to the 33. And just like that, instead of getting the ball at their own 8, the Packers are going to get it at the 33, but Romeo is slow to get up. Dude, Romeo better not get hurt, man. He's one of the I think he's probably the most sure hands that we have left on the offense after Tucker Kraft went down. All right, it's been a while since I did this on stream. Time to make cookies again. Let's freaking go. You know what, dude? Oh, man, I have brownie mix, gluten-free brownie mix. And I should have made some. Dang it. I should have made some brownies, man. That would have been nice to have. Doesn't make a whole lot of noise. Some cookies, heck yeah. Or at least cookie dough going to bake tomorrow. Let's freaking go, man. Seastrom, let's go. You gotta let me know what you make, man. Also, give me your favorite cookies, guys. Give me your favorite cookies in the chat. Mine, believe it or not, oatmeal raisin. It's my go-to. I don't know if it's because when I was a kid nobody ever liked it, so it was like always the cookie that was there. But dude, oatmeal raisin, especially if it's like just coming out of the almost out of the oven with some cold milk. Oh. I know we're talking about cookies on the stream, but I mean, these teams are not giving us a whole lot to talk about. We have 1 turnover and 1 sack and 0 freaking points. Come on. Cowboy cookies, worst case scenario, if the offense goes nowhere, I'm sure we can move your stream to the kitchen. Oh, heck yeah. Brownies from the mix don't usually take that long. No, they do not. They do not. Yeah, this one, what the heck? It's like an, actually, you know what? We're on a commercial break. We're coming back. I'll grab the box in a little bit. Could get most of it done during halftime, leave it to bake during the second half. It's true. Very, very true. All right, Jordan under center, ball at the 32, single back in the backfield. Play action, roll into his right, gets it out to Musgrave. He's to the 35, to the 40, and goes and is pushed out of bounds about a yard shy of the first. And that was Zach Bond on the coverage, former Wisconsin Badger. All right, Packers in the hurry up here. Obviously, the 2-minute warning just passed. The clock is going. Jacobs up the middle and gets it across the 45 down to the 46. First down, Green Bay. Oh, hold up. Hey. There we go. All right. Oh, they're marking him at the 45. All right. 3 receiver set. Jordan looking. Has a little bit of time. Dumps it underneath to Jacobs, and he's unable to break a tackle. Gets tackled right at the 50. Clock is at 1:15, 1:14, 1:13, 1:12, 1:11, 1:10. 2nd and 5 coming up. Sorry. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Oh, they're taking a long time here. Clock is under a minute now. Jordan looking, dropping. Get rid of the ball. Run. There you go. And he's going to go out of bounds, but not before picking up a first down. And got it to the Eagles' 42, maybe the 41. That pass right there was nearly a 50% increase in passing yards for Jordan Love, I think. I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it. All right, clock is stopped at 51 seconds. 1st and 10 coming up. Another 10 yards, and this will be the Packers' best offensive drive. All right, Jordan in the shotgun. Dumps it underneath to Jacobs. He's got it to the 40, to the 35, and did he get out of bounds? No, he did not. Clock is running. Packers have all 3 timeouts. Keep the clock rolling. And Matt LaFleur takes a timeout here. Okay. Clock is stopped at 42 seconds here. 2nd down coming up, and the NFL wants to go to a commercial break. I think that's why Matt was actually a little disappointed that he had to use that timeout, and I think that was the reason, because there was going to be basically it was going to be a television commercial timeout, not just a regular one. Yeah, what's Jordan Love's stats right now? It's I mean neither of these are going to be pretty, so yeah, Jalen 7 of 11 for 48 yards, and Jordan Love 5 for 9 for 33 yards. Both of these quarterbacks combined have thrown the ball for 20 times, and they have come away with 81 passing yards together on 20 pass attempts. Oh, that is ugly. And they're not even throwing the ball down the field. Most of these have been, let's see here, Shipley, Saquon have caught the ball for a total of 10 yards on 2 catches. Jacobs is the leading receiver for the Packers, 3 catches for 19 yards. Yeah, like most of these yards, I would say close to half of these yards have come after the catch. All right, so it looks like the injury to Lane Johnson is an ankle injury. He is questionable to return to this game. And yeah, man, Lane Johnson has to be carted off the field. Looks like they have him on a forklift. All right, 2nd and 1, ball at the 33 here. Jordan in the shotgun, running back behind him. Jordan throws it to the outside, and Romeo catches it for a 1st down. There might have been a bobble. I want to see if he secured it before falling out of bounds. And he did. All right. Nice. Oh, I bet the NFL wants to go to a commercial break. Unfortunately, yeah. I hope Kelsey isn't at this game. He doesn't need to see this. Yeah, man. I mean, they might have to suit him up, man, if they have any more injuries on the offensive line. All right. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Jordan in the shotgun. Get running. Throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. Come on, man. And he takes a sack. And the Packers are going to have to use their 2nd timeout here. Yeah, unfortunately, the Packers' offensive line, man, they're looking a little bit better on this drive, but they have been bullied throughout this game. Especially the interior of the Packers' offensive line, just been getting handled. Okay, we might see points on this drive. Well, another injury to report. Elton Jenkins, the starting center for the Packers, is very slow to get up. Unfortunately, Jordan Love, when he got sacked, he fell right on top of Elton's left ankle. And Jenkins is struggling to get off the field here. So something tells me we will likely not be seeing Elton Jenkins and right now he's stuck on the field. He's like he stopped moving. There we go. Love hates to let go of that. I know, dude. Like sometimes he like during the Steelers game, getting rid of the ball right away. As soon as he felt pressure, as soon as that play wasn't working, he just got rid of it. Like I get it, man. I know you can run, but just throw it away, please. If it's fourth down, then yeah, I can understand you trying to make a play, but it's just throw it away. All right. 2nd and 10, pressure by the Eagles. Throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. Fumbles the ball. That might be a fumble. I hope they give Jordan the benefit of the doubt on this one. Nope, I don't think they're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. That's a fumble. All right, well, they're saying that the Eagles recovered it, so Seastrom, oh no, he fell on his teammate's foot. Yeah, he definitely messed up that ankle. Yep, yes. And now the Packers fumbled the ball when they were in scoring position. Just throw the ball away, please, Jordan, for the love of God. It's 1st and 2nd down. Just throw it away. And I'm not angry. I'm just hoping he can hear me from where I am. I live in Wisconsin. Maybe if I yell enough, he will hear me. He smacked the ball. No, unfortunately, it does not. Uh, we really aren't getting any points, are we? No, we are not. All right, this is the opposite of Christmas. And now Elton Jenkins is being taken to the locker room on a cart. All right, we got 23 seconds left. 1st and 10. The Eagles have the ball at the 35. All right, Jalen rushing, running, and he'll pick up about 3 yards before going out of bounds. 16 seconds left. Oh, hey, whoa, hey, whoa. Gosh darn it, I was just thinking the only way they don't score here is if they lose the ball. Didn't want to say it because I figured it would jinx it. Didn't help. We can't even have thoughts in this game like that, man. Unbelievable. All right, Hurts with some time, throws it down the field, and that one skips on the ground. Thankfully, it did because Devontae Smith would have picked up a big chunk there. Probably would have given the Eagles a chance to maybe kick a long field goal here with Jake Elliott, who has made it. I think his career long is like 61, maybe 63. All right, ball at the 38 here. 3rd and 6. It's going to be on the ground here, and the Eagles pick up about a yard or two down near the 41. 4 seconds left. They really taken Denver versus the Raiders as role models, aren't they? Yes, they are. I mean, I wouldn't even say role models, man. They're topping them here, man. You know, I feel like the Broncos and the Raiders walked, so the so the Eagles and the Packers could run. Apparently, Jesus, criminy. Dahlia, he can't hear the 1,000 fans yelling at him from our couches. Throw away. I know, dude. Like, I just, like, again, if it's 4th down or 3rd down, I understand you trying to make a play. Or if you're not in scoring position, get it. But you are within field goal range, man. You have not scored a single point. The Eagles are going for a Hail Mary here, and Hurts actually just throws it literally into the stands. Oh, it's caught by a fan. Can we get that guy to play receiver? He's got some good hands. I'll take it. That might be the Packers' best play of the game. That was a clean catch, an interception, got it like midfield. I'm just saying. This is the first scoreless Monday night game since 2009. The last time there was a scoreless Monday night game, guys, Aaron Rodgers was in his 2nd season as a starter. I'm trying to do the math here right now. Jordan Love was 12 years old when the last... No, hold on. He was 11 years old the last time there was a scoreless Monday night game. Jordan Love was 11 years old the last time this happened. Unbelievable. Not the kind of records you want to be setting here on Monday night. All right, we're at halftime here. We couldn't even get a decent Hail Mary throw. Hurst just said, just throw it out of bounds. Wah, wah. Oh boy. Dahlia, the best player is a fan. I mean he caught that. There's like 3-4 other fans around him. He caught that cleanly, man. It was low too. He had to kind of dive, not dive, but he had to kind of get low to it, man. He caught that like just below the waist. Especially with this cold, man, that's a risky proposition, man. Sometimes those railings can get a little slick. You're risking just kind of going end over end to try to catch that ball. I'm just saying, man. I say if I'm Matt, I'd be like, hey, man, you got a football background? You're like, oh, okay, only badminton. You know what, man? Come on down. We'll get you a number. I think number 4 or 3 is not being used right now. We can get him that number. Get a good jersey. I mean, we have some time here. Just saying. So both turnovers have come from the quarterbacks fumbling the ball in scoring position. Where the worst thing that could have happened is if you don't get a first down, you allow your kicker to attempt something from like mid to short 40s. At the worst, we should be 3-3 right now. That's the worst. If neither of these guys fumbled the ball. Jordan is after all the records. Oh boy, there's Kelsey. He is there. Yes, he is. From what I can see, man, Kelsey is like, oh man, all right, I'm going to have to suit up. I'm going to have to come out of retirement. See, Strom also love to highlight. We got Cowboys, Raiders next week. Maybe Mondays are the new Thursdays. God, I hope not. I hope not. I mean, this started like 3 weeks ago. Like, once again, Thursday nights, man, they were bangers. Sunday night was great games. Monday was kind of hit or miss early in the season, but you take the good with the bad. But then, what was it? We're in week 10, week 8, Thursday game. Terrible, 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 terrible. That Sunday night was good. I think that Monday night was a little iffy. And since then, man, primetime games have just taken a nosedive. Both of these quarterbacks are on pace to have fewer than 100 yards passing each by the end of the game. Sounds about right. Steve, what game had that privilege in 2009? Ooh, that's a good. Let's check it out. Oh. So apparently that was. Well, I'm trying to ask Google, and then Google's like, yeah, Monday night games? Yeah, from 2009. Here are all the Monday night games from 2009. I don't know. I'm going to have to look this up probably later, man, because Google is not giving me anything right now. That was the Browns and Ravens back in 2009. Browns and Ravens. There it is. Did I watch that game? No, that wasn't like the mud game, right? Because that was Pittsburgh, I think, was that game. Either way, this sucks. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Unbelievable. So yeah, apparently it was the Ravens and the Browns back in 2009. That was the last scoreless first half on Monday night. Let me see. I'm trying to think. 2009. Who was the quarterbacks back then? So Joe Flacco. He would have been in his second year as the starting quarterback there because he was drafted in 2008. And who the heck was the quarterback for the Browns in 2009? It could have been Brady Quinn. Though I think Quinn was drafted in 2006 or 2005. Yeah, like this is what it's come to. Let me see here. Hold on. now that I know the game. All right, starting quarterback. I know some people don't care. I'm sorry. I'm just curious. Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn. Those were the starting. Those are the two top quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns back in 2009. Derek Anderson, holy cow, that's a throwback. Josh Cribbs was on that team. Jamal Lewis. Damn. We must consult the Browns quarterback, sure. That long list of just quarterbacks that just keeps on getting longer. You know, how many names have they added to that list this season? Joe Flacco, right? And then now, dang it, who the heck is that? I always Dylan Gabriel. There you go. I was gonna say who's the Oregon quarterback? Yeah, so yeah, they've added two more names to that long list of starting quarterbacks for the Browns. I think you could literally stack three grown adults on top of each other, and that list would probably still hit the ground of how many quarterbacks they have had since like 1999. The heck is going on here? Come on. All right. So obviously we're going to be approaching the third quarter here at some point. So what do these teams need to do? Let's look at the halftime stats, even though they're not going to look pretty. We already know that. Hurts 7 for 13, 48 yards. Saquon Barkley 9 carries for 33 yards. He's averaging 3.7 on the ground. Devonta Smith 2 catches, 17 yards. AJ Brown 2 for 13. 2 sacks. N'Kobe Dean, actually 3 sacks for the Eagles. N'Kobe Dean, Nolan Smith, and then Jalen Hunt with a sack as well. Packer Nation's Lord. Sweet Lord. Help us out, man. Help us out. Come on. Steve, Cleveland have history with 0, so I am not surprised. Yeah, I think actually I looked at the final score. They lost 16-0 in that game against the Ravens. So Ravens were able to score 16 points in the second half. Jordan, 6 of 10 for 39 yards. Josh Jacobs, 10 carries for 38 yards, averaging slightly better, averaging 0.1 better than Saquon Barkley. Jacobs, there you go. Josh Jacobs, also the leading receiver for the Packers with 3 catches for 20 yards. And Lucas Musgrave, right behind him with 2 catches for 14 yards. No sacks for the Packers. They do have a fumble recovery, as well as the Eagles. And that is basically it, man. Literally the Eagles with 124 total yards on offense. The Packers with just 83. Eagles are 3 for 8 on third down. They started out 3 for 3. They've gone 0-5 since then. The Packers are 0-5 on third down. 7 total penalties on combined with between these teams. 4 for the Eagles, 3 for the Packers, and the Eagles have a nearly a 5-minute time of possession advantage over the Packers. Mostly probably coming from that opening drive where they had the ball for 9 minutes. Packer Nation. Packers are known to be the second half team. They better be, because I know sure as heck the Eagles are gonna I just know that they're gonna put up points here. All right. All right. Third quarter is about to get underway. Looks like McManus is about to kick this one off to the Eagles. Into that cold Lambeau night. Caught inside the 5. Return to the 20, to the 25. And taking it down near the 30. Packers, is this a good thing or a bad thing? I hope it's a good thing. I mean, the only good thing is the Packers are not trailing, I guess. Yeah, when you take into account the sacks, the Packers have 20 passing yards when you minus off the sack yardage that they lost. All right, 1st and 10, Saquon in the backfield, Hurts in the shotgun. Hands it off to Saquon Barkley. He breaks a tackle and is going to pick up about 6 or 7 yards there down across the 35. So some good injury news for the Eagles. Lane Johnson, who was carted into the locker room, is actually on the sidelines. So we'll see if he comes back or if it's just one of those where we'll see how you feel throughout the second half. 2nd and 3. Hurts in the shotgun. A lot of guys in the backfield with him. Play action. Rolling out. Hits his tight end in the flat and picks up a 1st down to the 42. Throw into Dallas Goedert there on the right side. Holy cow, we got 7 people watching. Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys. Welcome, welcome. Yes, the scores are 0-0. But if you're just joining us, man, thank you. If you're new here, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It helps out the video, helps out the channel. It's a great free way to support us. Appreciate you. All right, Hurts in the shotgun, running back behind him. Little play action. He's got some time. No pass rush for the Packers, and a wide open Dallas Goedert getting it down inside the Packers 40 down near the 37. Easily the biggest play for, honestly, both teams. I think this one went for like 20 plus yards almost. Just nobody accounting for Dallas Goedert right up the middle. Fakes the toss. Once again, has time over the middle and overthrows Calcaterra. Otherwise, if he puts it on him, man, Calcaterra might be still running. Yeah, the Packers middle of the field, man, just wide open. Thankfully, Jalen Hurts overthrowing him. 2nd and 10 coming up. Ball at the 37. Hurts under center. Barkley in the backfield. Single receiver to the right side. Handoff up the middle. Barkley with a lot of momentum. Gets it down to the 30. Picks up about 7 yards there. Chris Lasso. What's going on, my man? How you doing? How you doing? Chris, you been watching this game, man? Also, did you watch that Dolphins game? What'd you think, man? You guys took it to the Bills, man. You guys took it to Josh Allen, man. All right. Ball spotted at the 31. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Eagles. Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his right. Play action, and once again, able to hit Dallas Goedert there on the flat towards the right sideline. First down, Eagles keeping it going. Eagles taking advantage of the lack of pass rush for the Packers, man. Have not been able to bring down Jalen Hurts once in this game. What's up, good sir? Actually just tuned in. Still scoreless in the third is wild. It is, but the Eagles are in the Packers 23, and I feel like something tells me they're going to be coming away with some points here. Hurts able to escape the pocket, run it to his left. He is going to pick up some decent yardage, getting it down near the 17. And they are in the red zone, I believe, for the first time tonight. And that's actually for the first time tonight. I think the Eagles are in the red zone for either team. The Packers have not gotten inside the 20. And right now, as we highlighted earlier, the Packers are one of the worst teams in red zone defense, giving up a score on 63% of their attempts there. So another handoff, and Quay Walker ripping into the backfield and bringing him down for a loss. I believe that was Tank Bigsby being brought down for at least 2 or 3 yards. But yeah, Chris, it's been an ugly game. The Eagles were able to get something going on their first drive. It was a 16-play, 9-minute drive, and then Jalen Hurts fumbles the ball. And then the Packers, just before the half, got into field goal range, and Jordan Love fumbled the ball. So those were the 2 drives that they were the closest to getting any kind of points, and both quarterbacks giving it away. And there might be a delay of game here unless the Eagles got a timeout. And they did not, man. Delay of game on Philly here. All right, clock is still running. We got 9:53, 9:52, 9:51, 9:50, 9:49. If you want to sync up the rest of this here. So it'll be 3rd and 12 after that penalty. Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his left. Hands it off to Shipley, and he will get it down to the 21. And I think the Eagles are just saying, you know what, let's just get something on the board. All right, we got Jake Elliott here to attempt the first field goal of this game. This one from 39, and we're about to get our first points of this game almost midway through the third quarter. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle, man. With 8:58 left in the third, the Eagles tack on a field goal here. Chris, regarding the Dolphins game, what can I say? I was elated we took the win against our division rivals. Still questioning what the hell is happening in the league. Weird season is an understatement. Yes, 100%. 100%. Like this Packer team wasn't too long ago. They were looking like one of the best teams in the league. Everybody was, after that Steelers game, they're like, oh, this Packers team looking like a Super Bowl contender. We've gone through 2.5 quarters, and they have come away with no points. All right, Bills let that heat and humidity get to them. It's usually how it goes, man. That Miami Heat is no joke. I mean, we've seen the Patriots, even during their dynasty era, struggle to get wins over there in Miami. Say Strom. Howdy, Chris. There we go. All right, baby. We got 7 people watching this weird game. I appreciate you guys. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Helps out the video, helps out the channel. It's a great way to, great free way to support us, man. Thank you so much. Making some cookie dough. There you go, man. Seastrom. Getting those cookies ready, baby. Cowboy cookies. I remember you telling me about these last year, man. Hold on. All right. So they're made with oatmeal. Oh, heck yeah. Chocolate chip, pecans, and coconut. Woo! Heck yeah, dude. I love me some coconut, man. I threw a little bit of coconut on some brownies that I made a couple weeks ago, man. Woo! Really good. Really good. Chocolate chips, pecans, oatmeal, and coconut. There we go. Heck yeah. Also, I used to love pecans as a kid, man. So good. And it's going to be returned across the 25 down near the 27 for the Packers here. All right, the Eagles were able to figure out a way to get some points. Can the Packers do the same? Also, a big story in this game is the injuries to the offensive line for both teams. The Packers might have lost Elton Jenkins, their starting center for the game. The Eagles are without Lane Johnson as of right now, their starting right tackle, and they're already coming into this game without their starting center. Play action. Jordan looking, throws it down the field. He's got Christian Watson across the 45, out of bounds. But we do have a flag. It's in the secondary. It's going to be on the Eagles, so this play will stand. And the Packers with arguably their best offensive play so far. Yeah, this one going for about 17 or 18 yards down the field to Christian Watson. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 47. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to that left side. Handoff up the middle, Jacobs with some room. It gets it across the 50 down near the 48 of Philadelphia. A good run of about 5 yards there for Josh Jacobs. Steve, finally some points. Now Green Bay, give us a TD. Come on, don't let them disrespect you like this, right? And the official word on Elton Jenkins is he is officially out for the game with an ankle injury, which is actually the same injury to Lane Johnson. All right, Jordan under center, single back in the backfield, ball at the 49. Handoff up the middle, breaks a tackle, and Jacobs able to spin his way backwards to the 46, so a gain of 3. The Packers are converting 49% of their third downs coming into this game. That leads the NFL, but tonight they are 0 for 5 on third down. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers split out to the right side. Looking, throws it, gets it out to Dontavian Wicks, and he picks up 5 yards and a first down for the Packers. It's good to see Wicks back on the field here, man. He's been out for, I think he missed either 3 or 4 games. Missed most of October. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 42. Jacobs with the handoff, and he's going to get dropped back at the 47, so a loss of 5. Nobody blocked anybody. Nobody blocked. Jalen Hunt just really literally ran around the left tackle or the the left tackle, and then up the middle, another open defender that was just going to be taken down. Jesus, man. All right, 2nd and 4, play action. Love pressured, stepping up in the pocket, going to run, and he gets it down to the 41. I think he picked up about 5 or 6 there on the scramble. Romeo Doubs open over the middle, man. Jordan's got to see that, man. Jordan has to see that. He's looking at the rush way too much. All right, we got 3rd and 9, ball at the 41. Love has a little bit of time over the middle and incomplete. Romeo Doubs trying to make a diving catch. And we'll see if the Packers decide to go here on the 4th and 9 or if they're going to decide to punt it away. Romeo nearly came away with that one. I think if Jordan would have taken just a little half beat, I think that would have given Romeo a chance to kind of take that extra step. All right, they're snapping the ball here on 4th and 9. Jordan down the field, and he's incomplete. Trying to get it to, I believe that was Malik Heath. Great coverage there by the Eagles, and the Packers turn it over on downs. David. It literally just bounces right off the chest. Sorry, that was actually Bo Melton, not Malik Heath. All right. Packers offense sucking it up today, man. I mean, they were doing some good things on that drive to kind of start out, man. They were doing a little play action, getting Christian and Watson involved. Once again, the best routes that they were running were the ones where they're keeping their receivers in motion. The things that I disliked the most, and I know it's not every single play. I know they have their place, but when those little routes where they run up the field and they either come back or they have to kind of slow down and come back, or if they just turn around and stay there. Like, keep your guys in motion, man. You have so many great players at receiver, man. Christian Watson, like, if you look at his best catches in the NFL, they're always when he's on the move. Same thing with Romeo Doubs. He's really good at those slant routes. He's really good at those, go and stop routes. I'll give him credit for that. He's really one of those few guys that I feel like can run any kind of route and still catch it well. But man, dude, it's just, yeah, it's no good. No good. Holy cow, man. We got 7 people watching this game. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully the Packers can get something going here, at least on defense, man. No pressure. They do have a turnover. But yeah, man, if you're just joining us, I appreciate you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Helps out the video, helps out the channel. It's a great free way to support us here on the channel, man. Thank you. All right, we got 4:42 left in the third, and the Eagles will have the ball near midfield here, actually at the Packer, at their own 41. All right, Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers split out to the left. Slight pressure, gets it out to Barkley, and he is going to pick up maybe a yard on the catch there. So, 2nd and 9. Hurts under center, fullback, running back in the backfield there. And a great play by Devontae Wyatt, bringing down Saquon Barkley back for a loss of about 4 or 5 yards there. Let's freaking go. Dang, it's good to have Y back in the lineup, man. Woo, look at that, man. Just sidestepping a couple blockers there. Yeah, looks like you brought him down back at the 36, so a loss of about 6 yards on that play. 3rd and 15 coming up. Hurts with a little bit of time, gets it out to Shipley, and he is going to take it down near the 43, so about 8 or 7 yards shy of the first, so 4th down coming up. All right, Packers defense once again holding up. It's not their fault right now, man. They've literally given up 3 points in about 3 quarters here. We got 3 minutes left in this third quarter. You're giving up a single point per quarter. Your offense, it should almost accidentally get into field goal range at this point. All right, Braden Mann about to punt this one away. And please don't tell me there's a roughing the kicker penalty here. Goes out the back of the end zone. Touchback. All right, no flag, so that's a good thing. Dude, I'm like struggling to find things to talk about in this game. Like the Packers still, they're starting to get a little bit more pressure on Jalen on these last 2 drives. Still not bringing him down. Still not really getting any hits on him, but they're forcing him to get the ball out a little bit quicker, which is good. I'll take that. That's an improvement of what they were doing in the first half. The running game is still being stuffed. It's actually, I think they're doing a better job than they did in the first half of the game. I'm trying to think here. There's basically, outside of Dallas Goedert, man, nobody else has really been doing a whole lot. which is great. Hopefully that continues all the way to the end of the game. But for the Packers offense, man, their running game not really doing a whole lot. Josh Jacobs, he's getting a couple, 4 or 5 or 6 yard runs, but then it's usually followed up by a gain of either 1 or a loss. Chris, how's your fantasy? Oh, actually, yeah, that's actually good. I was coming into this game leading, I think by 27. My team had a couple rough ones. I believe I'm still winning because the opponent has Jordan Love and Devonta Smith in this game. And Devonta, I think, has only caught 2 passes for like 20 yards, and then Jordan hasn't really done a whole lot in this game. So this game is great if you have problems in sleeping. This game have the answer for your problems. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. All right, let's look at the matchup here. All right, hold up. Jordan in the shotgun, ball at the 20, toss to the left. Jacobs with some momentum and will pick up 10 yards and a first down for the Packers down to the 30. All right, so I am currently still leading by nearly 19 points. Yeah, 19 points. I am torn because I kind of want Jordan Love to throw a touchdown, but if Josh Jacobs runs for 3 touchdowns over the next 17 minutes of play, I wouldn't be too mad about it. All right, 1st and 10, ball just ahead of the 30, 31. Little play action. Jordan trying to find somebody, and he finds Dontavian Wicks, who is still on his feet, and will get it across the 50 down to the 49 of Philadelphia. We do have a flag, though. And it's going to be on Philly. That'll be declined, and that's another big play down the field. Yeah, Steve, you're not wrong, man. I think if you were not too invested in any of these games, or either of these teams, I should say, you might have gotten a pretty nice power nap through the first hour and a half. All right, 1st and 10, ball just past the 50 here. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. Hand off to Jacobs, and he is going to fall forward to the 48 or not the 48, the 47 or the 46 there. Yeah, dude, Jalen Phillips, man, has been giving these guys on that right side, Zach Tom, the tight ends, he's been just getting after them, dude. He was a good pickup by the Eagles there. All right, 2nd and 8. Ball at the 47. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. Another handoff, and luckily gets tackled forward across the 45 down near the 44. All right, Jordan with a little bit of a hurry-up offense. And actually, no, they're not going to let him snap the ball. All right. All right, that's the end of the 3rd here. We'll miss Jalen, wishing him all the best, just not tonight. Appreciate you, man. I wish him the best too. Just no, not tonight. If he could accidentally just miss 2 to 12 tackles the rest of the way, I won't be too mad about it. All right, so that is the end of the 3rd quarter, and we head to the 4th with the only score, the Philadelphia Eagles, and a Jake Elliott field goal. That's it. All right, so We got a little bit of time with Jordan Love's couple passes here. I am currently winning by it almost exactly 19 points. I started out 3-0 on my league. I have gone 2-4 since that start. Unbelievable. Yeah, I benched Tyler Warren this week because I went with Oronde Gadsden, the tight end, the rookie tight end over there with the Chargers. He had been having like a big game, and he was going up against one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL with the Steelers. They were giving up, I think, like an average of like 14 or 15 points to tight ends. And I was like, you know what? I was like, either way, I'm at worst, Warren has been averaging about 14 points per game. I was like, worst comes to worst, I maybe give up 2 or 3 points. Well, Gadsden, not only did he had 2 drops in that game, he ended up getting hurt in the second quarter. Came away with just 4 points. And of course, Tyler Warren had 18 points. So, lost quite a bit there. Yeah, then I started Eddie Pinheiro, who's been killing it the last couple of weeks. He only gave me 2 points. And then Josh Allen, even though there's a little bit, he still actually finished with 19 points, but he got most of that in like the last like 17 minutes of that game. Yeah. Otherwise, everybody else performed pretty well. I think everybody else like averaged like 15 points, so not too bad. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right, 3rd and 4, ball at the 44-yard line. Eagles send pressure, get it out, and I think it's going to be caught right at the line. And that is Dontavian Wicks again, his first game back in nearly a month. And he has been the most reliable target for Jordan Love here in the second half. That was not an easy catch there by Wicks. He kind of had to dive to his left while the guy was draped all over him. Yeah, and they're double checking the spot here. I mean, that's, yeah. All right. 1st and 10 at the 39. Hand off to Jacobs up the middle, and he picks up 5 down to the 34. Ooh, we got some blood on a player, man. Is that that's Josh Jacobs, man. Has a big giant gash on his right arm. All right, 2nd and 6. They're saying he only got it to the 35. All right, all right. Play action. Jordan looking, throws it to the right, down the field, and Christian Watson catching it at the 12, but we do have a flag near the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to get Philly for jumping before the snap. Nope. They're saying it's a false start on the Packers, or sorry, illegal formation on the Packers. So long as you weren't playing against Jonathan Taylor, you're good. Luckily not. Yeah, Jonathan, man, he went off. What was it? 3 touchdowns and nearly 300 yards on offense for him. That's that's almost that's basically like the equivalent of 3 players having what 16 points each. I think he finished close to 50 points. Yeah, dude, Jonathan Taylor, man, he's making his case for MVP, and I don't think he's going to get it, unfortunately, but I hope he does. All right. Jordan looking, throws it over the middle, and Romeo Dobbs unable to haul that one in, and it's 3rd and 11. Dobbs was looking for a flag, not getting one. I want to see this here. How is that not a flag, man? He's grabbing him by the waist. What the frick, man? Come on. That's freaking garbage, man. They're saying it's not a flag because he didn't turn him. Evan Williams didn't turn freaking the tight end. Jordan looking. Throw it away. And they're 4th and 11, and the Packers are either going to settle for a field goal here, it looks like, or they're going to just punt this away. This would be a 58-yarder from Brandon McManus. Trying to see here. Jordan missing a wide open Romeo Dobbs. And the Packers punted away. And we'll see what happened here. There's a decent punt by Waylon, and the Packers may have been able to push the ball back. Then an Eagles player decided to grab it, and he was tackled near the goal line, and the Packers are trying to say that there's a safety. There might be a discussion. Let's see. Bo Melton, was he touching the goal line when he... Nope. No part of his body was touching the goal line, so that is a great play by Bo. Come on. I think they're going to spot this ball inside the 1. All right. Well, it looks like since Bo Melton never established himself in bounds or outside of the end zone, it'll be a touchback to the 20. That's what I am hearing. So the Packers, instead of going for it at the 20, they are basically recovered 20 yards on that punt. I gotta give it to the Eagles, man. They're playing really good defense right now. Like, I know I was kind of hot with that that no call on Romeo. Again, it was borderline, but once again, the inconsistency of the referees. They didn't call the Eagles for the false start. Then they called the Packers for basically almost the exact same play on a QB sneak. And then they get Williams with a very, and I mean very, ticky-tacky pass interference, where the ball was thrown way too high. There is almost no way Dallas was going to be able to make a easy catch on that one. And once again, Williams did not turn Goddard, in my opinion. And then finally, similar play. Did he turn Romeo? No, but he had clearly was grabbing him. So I don't know. It's just the inconsistencies. That's why I'm like, come on, man. If you're gonna call it that close, you got to be consistent with it. So I don't know. But would I be complaining about this if the Packers were up 17-3? Probably not. So. All right. 1st and 10, hand off to Barkley, and he goes off for about 4 or 5 yards. And we got 12:30 left in this game. It is up for anybody to win this one. Second and 6. Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his right. Smith in motion, toss to the right, and Barkley not getting anything before going out of bounds. 3rd and 6 coming up. And they're now saying they're 3rd and 7. Okay. Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. And Hurts looking, dumps it underneath to Saquon. He's going to pick up the 1st down. Makes a man miss at the 30 to the 40 to the 50. 45 to the 40. Stays on his feet down to the 36 of Green Bay. An absolutely disastrous freaking play on defense for the Packers. I don't blame the Packers defense. They've literally, that is, I would say, the only play that I could say, wow, they did not play well. The coverage was not there. The tackling was not there. The pursuit was not great. That was the biggest play of the night for both teams. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 36. Play action. Hurts. Looking, pass rush slow to get there. Down the field, and it's a touchdown for Devonta Smith. 10:35, and now the Packers are down by 2 possessions. Now you're not really worried about a win necessarily if you're a fan. You're just worried, are we going to get shut out at home in the cold? Yeah, 4 plays, 80 yards, less than 2.5 minutes taken off the clock. That's probably the only positive thing that could have happened on that drive if you're going to give up a score. It was quick. All the swearing, all the cuss words right now. Dang, dude, that is just. Whew. I didn't even move the ball over to the Eagles. I completely forgot about that. And I said it at halftime, or did I say it just before this? Their scoring drive. I was like, the Packers better score something because the Eagles are gonna score. It's inevitable. I know it's gonna happen. Like this game, I already felt it. I knew the Eagles were going to get something, whether it was a field goal or a touchdown. Well, on their last 2 drives now, they Or was it the last 3 drives? They picked up a touchdown and a field goal here. And according to Andy Herman, the Eagles, their last 2 plays have picked up more passing yards than the Packers have the entire game. That is not good. No good there. Yeah, and this is not on the Packers defense. Those were literally the 2 biggest plays for either team. And I mean, Jalen Hurts, one of the highest paid players, Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, even though they're not having great seasons, they are very good players, borderline great players. Saquon Barkley, one of the best running backs in the NFL, probably going to be a future Hall of Famer, first ballot, maybe. Dallas Goedert, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Like you've been holding them to 3 points for almost 3.5 quarters. You should be with the Packers with what they've invested, with what they've at least what was expected of them. They should have been up by almost 3 scores at this point. And it's going to be returned across the 25 down near the 28. All right. Packers. All right, man. Let's go. Let's start the comeback. Got plenty of time to make a comeback here. All right. So they're spotting him at the 25. So Jordan under center. Hands off to Jacobs, and he picks up another 3 yards. All right, we got a little over 10 minutes left. Jordan looking, throws to the right, and he's got, is that Wicks again? Wicks for, oh no, that is Mo, is that Bo Melton? God, I can never remember Bo's number anymore. All right, that is Bo Melton, okay. Bo picks up a first down there on the right. Packers hurry up offense. 2 receivers split out to the left. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, dumps it underneath to Jacobs. He gets it across the 40 and down to the 44. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers split out to the right. Throws it out to Savion Williams, and he is upended after a gain of 2. So 3rd and 2 coming up. And that was actually a Dory Jackson with a heck of a tackle, man. Yeah, this Eagles defense is they're playing soft right now, but I guarantee you, once they cross that 50, man, or once they get into field goal range, they're going to start being a lot more aggressive. They're going to start crashing down on some of these routes. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, hands it off up the middle, and Jacobs with a nice pickup, getting it down to the 46 and a first down for the Green Bay Packers. They are in Eagles territory. All right, under 8:30 left in the game. And Sean Ryan, who was a starting guard for the Packers, he's been kicked inside. He actually wasn't even starting this game, but he's been inserted at center for the injured Elton Jenkins. Jordan looking, dropping back, dumps it underneath to, is that Brooks, who picks up about 2 or 3 yards there. Actually, no, sorry, that was Emmanuel Wilson. David, okay. Jordan looking, has some time, throws to the right, and that one is not accurate enough. 3rd and 8 coming up. Trying to get it to Bo Melton there. Third and 8. Eagles showing pressure. They got 5 guys on the line. They send all 5. Throws and wide open. Dontavian Wicks gets a first down. Goes out of bounds. Stops the clock at 7:29. All right, there we go. Now the clock is rolling. Yeah. Wicks, 4 catches, 38 yards, leads the team. 1st and 10. Savion with a little end around. He breaks a tackle in the backfield and somehow is actually able to get almost a yard on that play that looked broken from the beginning. And it'll be 2nd and 10 almost. Dang, man. And that was actually the veteran Brandon Graham, who retired last year after playing 16 seasons for the Eagles, winning their 2nd Super Bowl. And it was so bad that they asked him to come back out of retirement. Throwing it down the field and trying to get it to Luke Musgrave. And then there's a flag on Jihad Campbell. There we go. Tackled Musgrave while the ball was in the air, and the Packers are going to get a first down inside, I think, the 15 here. Jesus. Yeah, the spot of the foul is like around the 12. All right. We'll take it. All right, clock is stopped at 6:26 here, 1st and 10. Ball officially at the 13. Jordan alone in the shotgun, dumps it underneath to Jacobs, who breaks a tackle, gets it down near the 6-yard line. 2nd down coming up. Packers have to kind of get it moving here, man. To me, they're taking way too much. They're taking too much time in between plays here. Like, the Eagles, they're not going to care. They're just going to be looking for first downs. Come on. All right. Ball at the 7. 3 receivers to the left. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Hands it off to Jacobs, and he picks up a first down. And is that a touchdown? Touchdown, Green Bay. Jacobs. Let's freaking go. Let's see. Is his knee down anywhere? Nope. No part of his body touches it until the ball is already past the line. Let's freaking go. 11 plays, 75 yards, and did it under 5 minutes. We got 5:49 left in this game. And McManus's kick is right down the middle, and the Packers are now just down by 7. It took them nearly 55 minutes of the 60 minutes to be able to get their first points, man. Oh boy. As long as you win. That's all that matters, man. As long as you freaking win. And look at this, man. We still got 5 people watching this game, man. You guys are crazy. I appreciate you. Can we get a Jalen Hurts pick 6? That would be very convenient. Like, I'd be willing to make some brownies for Jalen Hurts if he throws a pick 6 for us. Dahlia, okay, now they can get a turnover or a pick 6. Let's freaking go. Come on. Yeah, Josh Jacobs, that was his 28th rushing touchdown since becoming a Green Bay Packer, and he's done it in 27 games. 28 rushing touchdowns in 27 games. That's crazy. Dakota Martin, let's go Eagles. Dakota, no, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong, man. What's up, Dakota? It's good to see you, my man. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, that was a big boy run there by Jacobs, man. It looked like he was gonna be stopped at like the 4 and then just kept those legs churning. All right, gonna be returned to the 20, 25, and taken down at the 29. All right, Philadelphia. Scored a touchdown on their last drive here. Let's see if the Green Bay Packers, man. This defense was borderline lights out for most of the game. Once again, if the Packers lose this game, it's not going to be on the defense, even if they give up a touchdown. This offense should have been scoring touchdowns way earlier before this, but all right, man. Oh, they got Lane Johnson back at right tackle. Perfect. All right, Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his left. Hands it off to Barkley, and he's brought down by Evan Williams in the backfield. Loss of about 2, maybe 3. Evan Williams making up for giving up that touchdown on the previous drive. Woo, look at that dude running from like about 12 yards in the secondary. Williams coming in like a missile, chopping his feet, setting up the tackle, and bringing down one of the best running backs in the NFL. All right, 2nd and 12. Hurts in the shotgun, running back to his right. Single receiver to that left. Gets it out, and that's going to be incomplete. Keyshawn Nixon making a play on the ball. Otherwise, it looked like Dallas Goedert was going to go off for probably the first down. Oh, actually, no. That was just not a great throw. Actually, I think Keyshawn driving on that one caused Hurts to basically just throw that one away. All right, man. Come on, 3rd and 12. At least just give us a chance, man. Just give us a chance with the ball. Hurts looking, dropping back, and wide open is Devonta Smith. Gets both feet in bounds. Does that ball get loose? No. All right. 1st and 10 from the 41 after that. Pretty good catch there by Devonta Smith. Keyshawn Nixon on the coverage. Barkley running up the middle here and a gain of about 3. On 3rd and 12, they pick up 16 yards. Just freaking wide open, dude. All right, Hurts under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to the right. Handoff up the middle, and Saquon nearly broke this one loose. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up here. Literally a last. Oh, actually, they might have got. Let's see if. So that was Micah Parsons, but that should have been probably a tripping penalty. Hey man, if it works, it works. If they don't call it, it's not a penalty, right? Jesus. Oh, Dakota, the Bears. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dakota, not right now, man. I'm emotional. All right. All right, so it looks like the Eagles are going to use their first timeout here, stopping the clock at 3:21. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion on the play. So here's the bad news. They're likely going to do the tush push here. If not, unless they lose a lot of yardage, it'll be 4th and 2, 4th and 1. And here comes the tush push. Nope. Hand off to the fullback, and he gets the first down across the 50 down to the 46 of Green Bay. Now the Packers are going to have to start thinking about using those timeouts. Are the Packers really going to go 0-3 when their defense gives up less than 16 points? Hand off to Barkley, and he's somehow able to pick up about 3 yards there. All right. Packers use their first timeout here, stopping the clock at 2:33. All right. Commercial break. Commercial break. Come on. Holy cow, man. We got 8 people watching. Let's freaking go. Let's go. You guys are crazy, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. We're on a commercial break right now. We're not missing a thing. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you're just joining us, first off, thank you. Please make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, man. It helps out the channel and the video a ton. Plus, it's a great free way to support us on the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man. I just want the Packers to get the ball back here on offense, man. Without the Eagles scoring a touchdown. They can kick a field goal. They can go up by 13 to 7. I just want this offense to have a chance to see if they can score again. And Seastrom, how's the cookie dough going, my man? All right, so we got Cowboys Raiders tomorrow next week on Monday night. Oh, jeez, man, that might be. I don't even know what that game could be. It's either going to be a potential blowout with the Cowboys offense going off, but they haven't looked great the last couple of weeks, so it could be just another low-scoring affair. Like, we know the Raiders are not going to put up like 20 or 30 points here. It's not going to be that kind of. All right, 2nd and 8, ball at the 43 here. Hurts under center. Play action. Parsons chasing him down, and he forces him to throw it away. 3rd and 8 coming up, man. Micah Parsons, man. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon, dude. I'm beginning to sound like Jerry Jones. This is what this game has done to me. Michael. All right, man, come on. 3rd and 8. This would be a 61-yarder if they don't pick up another yard for Jake Elliott. 3 receivers to the right. Pressure. Incomplete. 4th and 8 coming up. And that is Carrington Valentine. All right, are the Eagles going to go for it here, though? Do they trust their defense enough not to give up a field goal to the Packers? And even then, even if they do, it goes into overtime. So if you don't get it, chances are you only give up a field goal and you still have overtime. If you get a first down, that is likely going to be the game. Packers still have 2 timeouts. All right. Don't jump off sides, please. Don't jump off sides. And yes! Delay of game, and the Eagles are going to punt it back to the Packers on the front side. Sorry, on the front side. On the right side of the 2-minute warning. So the Packers have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, and right now it is 2:25 left in the game. David, Panda Bears? Oh man, dude, look, dude, today is the chat, man. We mentioned polar bears early in the game. We got the Bears. And now we have Panda Bears, man. Let's freaking go. It's a Bears kind of day, man. All right, it'll be fair caught inside the 20. Once again, still have the 2-minute warning plus their 2 timeouts. This is it, man. This is the Packers somehow, despite not scoring their first points with less than 5 until about 5:30 left in the game. they're going to have a chance to win this one somehow. All right, the ball is going to be at the 10. So they need to go 90 if they want to score a touchdown, or they need to go 55 or 60 yards if they want a realistic field goal here to tie it up. And miscommunication, Jordan Love throwing it inside. He's lucky the defender was not playing zone. Otherwise, that probably would have been picked off. All right, 2nd and 10, 2:15. I mean, this is the game, so you got 3 chances to pick up 10 yards. You got 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down. All right, empty set here. Jordan looking, has some time, throws it over the middle, and that goes just shy of Bo Melton. So incomplete, 3rd and 10. The pressure up the middle just at the last second. Yep. Got hit as he was throwing that ball, so that one just kind of just died. .210. 3rd and 10 coming up. Packers are 4 of 11 on 3rd down tonight. A little bit of pressure, clean pocket over the middle. Christian Watson catching it, stays on his feet, and he will be taken down near the 34. And that is the 2-minute warning here. Packers are still alive. Jordan Love, man, staying in the pocket and delivering a freaking strike over the middle to Christian Watson. Let's freaking go. Come on, man. Let's go. All right, let me see here. Yeah, that was a 25-yard catch down the field on 3rd and 10. All right, Packers still have 2 timeouts. All right, so here's the good news, at least for me. I am currently winning by just a little over 2.1 in this game, in my fantasy. 3.1. The only way I lose is if Jordan Love throws a touchdown. I might lose my fantasy matchup this week if that happens, but that would mean the Packers win this game. Pressure, Jordan throws it, and incomplete. Jacobs was the intended target there. He was well covered by Zach Bond. Probably a good thing he did not catch it. Might have only picked up about 2 or 3 yards there. Apparently nobody's blocking Jalen Carter. That was a good stunt by the Eagles, but come on, man. We got to be able to pass those blocks a lot better. Pressure, Jordan looking, throwing it down the field. He's got his man in and out of the hands of Dontavian Wicks. If he would have caught that one, that would have been within the range of Brandon McManus. All right. Packers with another 3rd and 10 on this drive. That was a heck of a job by Adoree Jackson, man. He made contact just as the ball was arriving, dude. All right, single receiver to the left. Jordan in the shotgun. Eagles send pressure. Quick throw, gets it out to Musgrave, and he is going to be about a yard shy of the first. Time is not really a factor. It's about getting down the field here. 4th and 1. This is it. Oh, boy. No. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? There's a flag. This better be on the Eagles. Otherwise, the Packers just blew the freaking game. Well, first off, it was an illegal formation, so the play wouldn't have counted if they got the first down. Second, Jacobs was tackled behind the line, and then on top of that, he freaking fumbles the ball, which I don't really blame Jacobs. Why are you running a draw play on 4th and 1? Why are you running a draw play on 4th and 1? Jesus. Well, we're going to a commercial break, but the Packers just crapped the bed. They still have 2 timeouts, so technically, if they get 3 stops right away, they can get the ball back with like 45 seconds left, maybe. Like... I'm trying to think logically of what the next thing I'm going to say. If you're going to run the ball, if you're just going to run the ball, quarterback sneak it. It would be poetic. It would be hilarious. They would not expect it. And you have a good chance. They didn't really have a whole lot of beef. That like their defensive line was spread out because they were expecting a pass. So you would have been able to get some movement and get the first down. Just get the first down. Like, what in the world would make you think that a draw play with Jacobs, who has been okay, but he's basically been averaging 2 to 3 yards per run? Why do you expect him to be able to get any positive yardage, especially him bouncing it out outside the tackle? That is one of the dumbest freaking play calls I've seen in a long time. And no, I'm not going to say Matt LaFleur needs to get fired. Matt LaFleur is one of the best play callers in the NFL. Is he stupid as heck sometimes? Abso-freaking-lutely, but that's every freaking coach. Let's get that out of the way. I've not seen a single game, whether on this stream or in life, that a coach like Andy Reid has had some dumb freaking plays. But Mother of God, dude. What the? Sorry, I'm not even looking at the chat. Sorry, guys. That has to be on the Eagles. Dahlia, false start. It's Chris, horrible play call. 100% agree with you. Seastrom, ugh. David, art class, yo. That kind of play call makes it legit for people questioning if the league is rigged. Oh my God, dude. All right. Eagles have the ball. Jalen under center, hands it off to Barkley. He gets a yard. It's weird. Sorry, the camera angle is garbage. So I think he picks up a yard or two on that one. So the Packers are going to use their second timeout. Sorry, let me get my glasses on because I can literally not see anything. Hold on. Okay. All right. I'd rather see this train wreck clearly than all fuzzy, because it's without my glasses I'm gonna get a headache. If I'm gonna get a headache, I want it to be from this game. Unbelievable, dude. Unfreaking believable. No, that's just. All right, 2nd and 8, ball at the 37. Actually, they're within field goal range. They may not even need to. Barkley trying to bounce it outside, and he only gets another yard. Quay Walker doing a great job of bringing him down. Great job by the Packers, keeping him from bouncing it outside. And Green Bay will use their final timeout here. Oh, man, I got smudges on my glasses. Oh, you see what you do to me? You see what you do to me. All right, we got 118. So if they don't get a first down here, they can run this. They can basically run, like I think it's like 42 to 44 seconds off the clock before probably using one of their timeouts to set up a field goal. Or they just punt it and see if Jordan Love can go basically like almost 90 yards in like 40 seconds. Actually, no, probably less than 40 seconds. Sorry. Being optimistic here. All right, 3rd and 7, ball at the 41. Hurts under center, fullback, running back in the backfield, single receiver to the right. Hands it off to Barkley, bouncing it, and will pick up a yard, and he'll be right at the 40. This is a 58-yard field goal for Jake Elliott if they decide to kick it. Or do you decide to go for it and risk giving the ball to the Packers at their 40? Obviously, if you get the first down on 4th and 6, you win the game. Or if you don't, Green Bay still has to go at least 20 yards for a realistic field goal. All right. Oh, crap. Sorry. I thought they were at the 40. This is a 35-yarder. This is at the 35, so this is a 53-yard kick for Jake Elliott, so well within his range. Sorry, I'm like thinking ahead. I'm like, what can the Packers do to win this one? I'm so focused on that, I'm not even really paying attention where the actual ball is right now. All right, Eagles are able to bring it all the way down to the 33 seconds, sorry. 4th and 6, the offense is staying out there, so the Eagles are saying, worst comes to worst, we're able to take a few seconds off, and Green Bay still has to travel about 25 yards down the field in less than 30 seconds. Packers send 6, overload it, down the field, and incomplete. Carrington Valentine on the coverage, working on A.J. Brown. All right, Matt. Whatever your best play is, I don't care if it's a gadget play, a trick play, whatever it is. Flea flicker, I'll take a flea flicker at this point. Just whatever can get one or two guys down the field for a jump ball situation. 50-50. If he comes down with it, you have enough time to spike the ball and set up a field goal. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 35 for the Packers. 27 seconds left. Pressure. Jordan has to step up, throws it down the field, and it's incomplete. And that was number 24, Makuba, making a great play there. Otherwise, Christian Watson probably going to come down with it. See, where was he going to catch it here? It would have been inside the 20. Ooh, Makuba almost probably could have picked that one off. That was a heck of a throw by Jordan Love, man. Under pressure, basically just chucked it 65 yards down the field almost. Throwing it down the field, and all right, come on. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, spikes the ball. Ball is at the 47 of the Eagles. Do you run the risk of trying to find something down the field? And oh man, I would have been a little bit happier if LaFleur would have chosen. Let's try to run a play here. If it's there, great. If not, just throw it away. Leave 2 seconds on the clock. All right, this would be not only a career long for McManus, this would be a franchise record. 2 seconds. They're not going to get the kickoff. Oh, okay. Actually, no. I think the Eagles just used the timeout. I think that might have... Let me see here. So the Eagles... The Eagles are... Okay. So apparently the Eagles used a timeout. Okay. So McManus's free kick, like it was an untimed thing. It was about 2 or 3 yards shy. So Matt LaFleur is going to send the offense out there. Quick throw. What the hell are you doing, dude? Well, there's still 2 seconds left. And Jordan had a wide open guy. Once again, I don't blame Jordan. I guarantee you that it was just a dumb freaking play. Because Wicks was running up the field instead of just... Jesus, man. All right. This is a 64-yarder. This would be 3 yards longer than the franchise record, and McManus is long. And the kick is nowhere near. Packers lose 7-10. Wasn't even close. It was short by like 20 yards, and it was wide freaking left. The Eagles improved to 7-2. The Packers will lose their second consecutive game. They are 0-3 when their defense gives up less than 16 points. They lost to the Browns when it was 13-10. They lost to the Panthers last week when I think they scored 15 points. I can't even remember, to be honest with you. Yeah, they lost to the Panthers 16-13, and now they lose to the Eagles 10-7. Oh my God. Jordan is too slow for that. To be honest with you, I don't even think it's on Jordan Love. The receiver didn't even run the right route. He started with that. You take a step right away, throw the ball, catch it, and run out of bounds. Even if you get 2 or 3 yards, that's it. Like the receiver was running up the field for like 3 or 4 yards. You don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. Take a step, catch it, go out of bounds. Once again, easier said than done. But the defense they were playing 7 yards off the line. Even if you throw a bubble screen and he only picks up a yard or two, I mean, anyway. Didn't matter. The kick it would not have been good even from freaking 48. So, all right, Packers fall to 5-3 and 1. 5-3-1. Oh man! All right, Chris, this one's long. Yeah, it would have been a career long. It would have broken the Packers franchise record if McManus would have made this one. Seastrom, my condolences. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Just some missed opportunities by the team. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. They did not play well. The defense for the Packers, they played well, giving up just 2 scores throughout this entire game. Packers offense just could not handle the Lambeau Field cold, apparently. Why can't we get the substitute? Oh, the Packers want to stick with McManus. They're trying to be loyal. To be fair to McManus, I don't even know if Haverisk would have been able to make that one either. Don't get me wrong, he probably has the leg for it, but it's cold. It would have been a low driving kick regardless. And yeah, it was. Yeah, again, McManus was not the issue in that one. They should not have been putting him in a position where he has to kick a 64-yard field goal, which I think 5 years ago would have been an NFL record. Maybe 6-7 years ago would have been an NFL record. Like we're talking about a kick that would have been historic regardless. So again, I don't blame McManus. I blame. Well, I mean to be negative, but Matt LaFleur's play calling, the offense only scoring 7 points. You know, yeah. Trust me, McManus was by no means the worst part of this performance. I don't even think he cracks the top 5. Let me see here. Packers suck, man. Well, I don't know, man. I just think they are beating themselves by just not playing well, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to rationalize it. I don't know. It's such a weird thing, man. They can look so dang good against when they need to score 20 or more points, they do. When they don't have to, they can't seem to get out of their own way. It's insane. Like, look at this. Throughout this season, they scored 27. And then starting in week 3, when they needed to just score 14 points, they could only score 10. When they couldn't stop Dallas from scoring 40 points, they score 40 points. They scored 27 against the Bengals. When the Cardinals score 23, they score 27. When the Steelers score 25, they score 35. When the Panthers score 16, they can't somehow score 17 points. And now today they couldn't score 11 or more points. It's either they score just enough to win the game, or they score not enough to somehow, like, it's it's freaking crazy, man. When the defense has been able to hold teams to less than 16 points, the Packers are 0-3. So when your defense is playing better and they're not giving up 2+ touchdowns or more, they are winless. It's wild, man. It's wild. Just like the BA substitute teacher movie, he is better than the teacher. Both teams suck tonight. That is true. It was very windy. That's true. 3 losses by a total of 9 points. The game calling was definitely bad, and Jordan not letting go of the ball, sticky hands. LOL, the offensive line too. Yeah, the offensive line was really bad in the first half, in my opinion. They were getting bullied. They did get better. Weirdly enough, they got better when Elton Jenkins went down. That's something to look out for in the future if Jenkins does miss time. Yeah, I'm just like, why are you running a draw play on 4th and 1, dude? Like right there, like again, if the Packers just run a regular play, they probably get the first down because the Eagles are just hoping. I mean, at the worst, they're not willing to give up anything down the field. They're going to give you something underneath. You're probably going to get the first down on 4th and 1, but instead you delay a handoff to Jacobs, who is already chopping his feet quite a bit. And I don't know, man. Just a lot of bad football, a lot of bad play calling, and the Packers had a chance. They were given 2 golden opportunities, or 2 decent opportunities, to either tie or win this one, and they literally fumbled it twice. So, yep, got to give it to the Eagles, man. They played just good enough to win, and the Packers, hopefully they can play better, man. Hopefully this is just a mid-season slump, and then they'll be able to kind of swing up. And you know what? If they're going to play their best football late in the season, then I'll take it. Well, hopefully we see them in the playoffs. We win that one when it matters most. 100%. 100%. Holy cow, man. Damn, that was an ugly, ugly game. There was no score in the first half, and then after that, we literally just got 2 touchdowns and a field goal the rest of the way. Yeah. All right. Well, let's finish on the positive note. I won my fantasy by less than 2.5 points. So I'm going to be going 6-4 this week. Let's go. Woo. Consolation prize. Oh, man, dude. Such a disappointing end. But, all right, man. So for the Packers, they are going to be playing the Giants on Sunday. So a little bit of a short week, but they are going to go up against a team that just fired their head coach in Brian Daboll. Plus, on top of that, Jackson Dart is being evaluated for a concussion. That is his 2nd concussion, I think, this season. Though I've been hearing different numbers. I've heard 2. I've heard 4 times he's been evaluated, but only twice he's actually been found to have a concussion. So I'm not sure what the number is, but either way, multiple concussions in a single season. Typically not a good sign for a young guy. He might miss this game. Who knows? So hopefully that can be a game that the Packers can kind of get right. After that, they'll have one of their first of 3 consecutive divisional games. They'll be going to Minnesota. They'll be playing Minnesota at Lambeau Field on November 23rd. Then a short week. They'll play on Thanksgiving, 4 days later against Detroit. And then they'll finally, in December, play the Chicago Bears for the first time. So a big stretch for the Packers coming up. Giants, Vikings, Lions, and Bears. 2 of those games will be at Lambeau Field. So, all right, man. And then finally for the Eagles, they are 7-2. They will play the Lions next week in 6 days. Then they play the Cowboys. Then they play the Chicago Bears to end the month. And then finally in December 8th, they will go up against the Chargers over there in LA. So let me see here. We got Lions, Bears, and Eagles. All right. Got some tough matchups there. So if the Eagles play like this, they might actually go 0-4 in the next 4 weeks. Because Detroit's definitely going to be scoring more than 10 points. The Cowboys probably accidentally might be scoring more than 10 points. And the Bears and the Chargers have had a decent offense for the last couple of weeks. So, yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, my. Yeah, they got Lions, Cowboys, and Bears. Oh, my. Packer Nation. Hopefully, if we see them in the playoffs. Okay, sorry. And then David. Oh, my. Yeah, man. Hot dang, man. So, unfortunately, guys, Packers not able to get a win. It ends the Week 10 of the NFL season in a sour note for Packer fans, but hopefully we can bounce back next week against the Giants. So, but thank you, man. Thank you to everybody. Everybody that showed up, man. David, once again, it's good to see you again, my man. Seastrom, I know you've been busy. Enjoy your day off tomorrow, my man. I know you don't got work. That's awesome. David, good luck tomorrow at work. Dahlia, same to you. Good luck at work tomorrow. Sorry the Packers couldn't get a win for us. Packer Nation 12, unfortunately. Of course, man. Hopefully the Packers can get us a win next week. Steve, have a good one, my man. Thank you for popping in here. Owen was in here for a little bit. Appreciate you, buddy. Let me see here. Dakota Martin, you hurt my feelings with that Dub Bears, but I appreciate you being here, my man. Hope you're doing well. And Chris Lasso was in here as well, dude. Hopefully Miami can keep it rolling for you. So, all right, guys. I believe that is going to be it for me tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Week 10 in the books. And we'll get started for Week 11 there on Thursday, man. Hopefully the primetime games are on the uptick, man. We've had some stinkers over the last couple of weeks. So hopefully Thursday can get us going. So thank you so much, man. Have a great night, man. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Oh, we got the wild story to tell you. Oh, hey, remind me. Okay. I'll remind you on Thursday, my man, about the Cowboys. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye.